My name is Mo Collins. I'm 5'9" and sitting down.
Hello and welcome to the Box Angeles podcast with me. I'm your host, Mike Elder. Thank you so much for listening to the program. It's an honor to have you here. I don't take it lightly. Appreciate you. A little housekeeping real quick. Tell a friend. Why don't you tell a friend about the show? If you like what I'm doing here, it would mean the world to me if you shared it with somebody close to you or an enemy, whoever you want to share it with. Please share it with somebody. That's all I'm going to ask. Let's make the world go round by word of mouth. Okay, we had a really fun episode this week. I just talked to actor and comedian Mo Collins. You know Mo from shows like Mad TV, Parks and Rec, Fear the Walking Dead. Her voice on shows like F is for Family, The Simpsons. She's been on a bunch of comedy shows over the years. She's a very funny person. I met recently at a UCB show. We had a great conversation. We bonded over being both from Minnesota. So obviously today we talked about that to no end. I was curious about her journey studying at Brave New Workshop in Minnesota, how she ended up in LA, how she got started, all that. We did a little bit of autobiography, if you will, on that. But we also talked about where she's at with her career right now, how much she's been working, where she's getting work from, her reps, her auditioning, whether or not she is or isn't auditioning, which was fascinating. We talked about wondering if we should be doing this and having a crisis of faith in our beliefs of us, but always coming back to that and how that's important to have that sort of moment where you're questioning stuff. This was a really honest conversation, as they tend to be lately, given the sort of the zeitgeist of the world, and Mo didn't disappoint. She is an absolute hilarious person, and it's fun to see her talk candidly and openly about her career and where she's at with everything. So I like this episode. I think you too will enjoy it. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mo Collins. Hi, Mo. That was great. That was a great slate.
Was that good?
It's like you've been slating all your life.
Yeah, can you save that for me so I can actually just use that?
Yeah.
I don't want to slate anymore.
Do you reuse slates? I never do. They're always like, you can reuse one. I'm like, no, I want to do the one I want to match what I am wearing for the...
You think people give a shit?
I don't know. I'm just very anal in particular.
Look, if you're going to get me up, standing up so you can see I'm 5'9", I'm going to tape that once. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, the full body's different.
Full body.
Yes.
Like if I get a good slate that has the information. So yeah, I've got a couple that serve, and they're seldom pulled out because I really don't do anything anymore.
Got it. Yeah, the full body makes sense, but the normal slate, I'm always like, I want to match. I'm OCD. I want to.
But what do you mean normal slate? Because isn't it just sort of like there's that separate slate?
Hi, I'm Mike Elder, and then I pull out and do the full body on a different take.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because I turn it around. I have to turn around the iPhone for that. Because I have to like zoom out. I do it right here. This is my wall, and I have to like zoom out like 0.8. You know what I mean to get the full body.
Yeah. I have my husband hold the camera.
See, that's
for the phone.
I'm a single man that has to do it all.
But I have done it on my own. Like it took a lot of propping and junk, and
it's so much work.
It's too much work.
It is a lot of work.
It's just too much work.
Wait, we have so much to talk about, Mo.
So much. How much time you got?
Speaking of auditioning and all that, but like what I really want to start with is Minnesota.
Yes, we're from Minnesota.
We're Minnesota BBs.
Yep.
And I'm curious, like, okay, so as I was like researching you, I saw you were on our great film Jingle All The Way. Which is hilarious.
Was I on it? Or
I don't know. It's on your...
Did I get cut out?
Oh, you got cut?
You see me in the background, but I went through 3 auditions to get those 2 lines, whatever they were. I went through, it was a huge deal, obviously, in Minneapolis, and huge audition process. Huge. I was so psyched to get, obviously, like, I'm a Minnesota girl, and here's a big feature film coming through, and Schwarzenegger and all that. And they ended up cutting it. And it wasn't a good look that I was so much taller than Schwarzenegger. So that didn't work out very well. Interesting. Yeah.
But, okay, so my question is, were you, like, acting in Minnesota before you came out here much?
Oh, yeah.
You were auditioning and doing the whole thing?
Definitely.
My experience before I came here was you did Brave New Workshop, the improv theater there. I did as well. But I was auditioning for our Fortune 500 companies like Best Buy and Target and stuff. But they would constantly audition us and then book LA talent and fly them out. And that was my experience.
Well, I'm much older than you, and that was not happening back then. We did work. Like Best Buy was sort of, we were just so psyched if you got a Best Buy or a Target or something because those were local companies. And so I think that probably back when I was doing it, they were also looking in Chicago maybe. But I wasn't so much, it really, I don't know if it was at all, to be honest with you.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That, like, everybody I talked to, too, was like, yeah, did you get it? Did you get it? And they're like, no. And it was, like, just a common theme. And I was like, well, I can't be in Minnesota then.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I really don't like that.
I don't like it either because I thought they were required. It seems like they were required to audition a certain number of locals, but not necessarily hire them.
Especially if you're looking like for sort of a brand that has that Midwest feel, stick to Minnesota.
I agree.
I don't know.
Were you auditioning for much like TV and film? Like
not much. No.
When did Fargo come out? That was predated you probably. Juno. That was after you moved to LA.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember when that was, but there were also a couple years I lived in Orlando, Florida, working for Disney.
Oh.
So I was not around. And then I went back to Minneapolis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so let's quickly run through this. So, because I'm curious your trajectory, because it feels very similar to mine, minus the Orlando stint. But you were in Minnesota.
Yep.
You were a college kick out. You got kicked out of college.
6 months.
And then you just started doing comedy and performing?
Yeah,
or
because
what was your...
I had learned how to do improv and sketch and write sketch all the way back to 8th grade when I was in a group, 5 of us. Rula Lenska's Friends from London was the name of our little junior high group. Thank you, Mr. Hermiting. Rest in peace. And we would even go to high schools to perform. So this was and then every summer too, I did summer school theater, which this same director that got me into improv, he directed the summer school program. So it was like 7 through 12, and all those years we threw a huge production together. We would write. It was everything, comedy, music, all of it. And so it was embedded in me, my love of both improv and the arts and all of that. And then after getting, asked to the option to stay or leave St. Catherine's up in St. Paul, I decided to get back to that thing that I love, which was improv. And Mr. Hermiting had told us all about Dudley Riggs. So I saw in the city pages that they hold classes. So I got into the classes, and it was pretty much right away. I found my tribe, as you will. Then I got into the touring company from there.
Oh, they had a touring company at the time.
They did.
I don't think they do anymore, right?
God, it was the best time ever.
Where were you touring?
Oh, 5-state area.
Oh, great. That's fun.
Was it tri-state? What do they call it? But yeah, we'd go all over Minnesota to colleges and things, into the Dakotas, Iowa, Wisconsin,
That's great. Did you go to St. Catherine's for anything related to the industry?
I went there because my parents made me.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to... I had my art portfolio ready to go and be an artist.
Like a drawing, painting.
Yes, painting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is St. Kate's known for that?
No, they have a decent art department, and so, I worked at the art department when I was there for 6 months.
Yeah.
And took, obviously, an art class that one semester, but I didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the last place I should be, an all-girls Catholic college. It was... all the things I was trying to escape. And I did.
But that's interesting. I will give your parents credit. Most parents that force their kids to go to school don't let them study art. So the fact that
they didn't know. It was just I got to take. I mean, you sign up for classes.
What were you studying?
What was I wasn't studying anything. I was a freshman. I just signed up for classes. Like there was some I had to take. Had to take a theology class.
Sure.
What else did I have? I had a theology class, which I think I went to like twice. And I had my art class, which I loved. And I had philosophy, which I would go to periodically because the whole semester was the discussion of I think, what was it called? Does God exist or something like God? It was the whole thing was about the existence of God.
Intense.
It was, and I was like the only one that ever spoke up in there. Kind of trying to figure it out and had questions, and because I was raised Catholic.
Yeah, as most people in Minnesota are.
A lot.
Wait, so the irony is, didn't you get kicked out for graffiti for doing your art?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
One person's graffiti is another person's.
Well, I mean, to them it was
mural.
horrible. And it wasn't about what we did. It was that we did it. It was chalk, washed right off.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Overreaction.
It was such we had
Monday.
it was so beautiful. Like, it was so great. Me and my friends, a couple of my friends just got baked and went and did that.
On like a big wall on campus?
Down the hallway of the nursing department, which my dorm.
Wait, it was inside?
It was inside the Whitby Hall, which is where my dorm was. We were up on the 4th floor, but first and second floor of that building were classrooms.
Yeah.
So we took the elevator down after hours and did the hallways.
Yeah. That's amazing. Do you have pictures of it?
I wish, but
Damn.
we didn't have these
Cameras,
cell
yeah.
phones.
Wait, have they never reached out about an honorary doctorate at this point?
Are you kidding me? They don't
don't
even
know.
know I exist.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. For one thing, they know me as Maureen Collins. It's like, and I don't believe those people ever watched programs I was on.
I disagree. I bet
Sure
do
they have,
know.
but no, nobody's going to nobody would recognize.
Would you
me.
accept an honorary doctorate?
Why? No. I'm sticking with authenticity, man. Like, I don't
Rebel
need
for life.
I don't fucking need that.
Okay, that's fair.
I really don't.
So you're touring. So are you making a living as an actor then for
I was
a while
paying
in
my
Minnesota?
rent.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
I
great.
was. Keep in mind, rents were, what was my rent? $300?
It's still pretty cheap in Minnesota, honestly.
But $300, but you go out and you'd make anywhere from 50 to 125 for, like going out with touring company for
A week?
a gig.
Oh, per gig. That's great.
Yeah. The touring company, we would perform every Sunday as well. And oh gosh, that was, I don't know, $50 or something, maybe 25. I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
And when I was in resident company, you were salaried. Ooh, I don't remember. I think it was 100 and some a week.
That's great.
So you could pay your rent, right?
Yeah. That's all you need.
But it also, resident company, you're there from the morning, all day writing, and then you're doing the show, and then the improv set at night, and then you're at Green Mill afterwards and repeat.
Yeah.
We
were talking about this the other day. Improv in Minneapolis has blown up a bit.
Has it?
Oh, maybe we weren't talking about it. Well, they have a bunch of UCB people came from Minnesota, and they have a theater. Is it called
Really?
Huge Improv?
Oh, Huge Improv.
Huge is
I've heard-
there.
yeah, I know some people
Comedy
that-
Sports is still big there, I
Oh
think.
gosh, wow.
Was there any other theaters at the time?
Oh,
was Comedy Sports there when you were around?
Comedy. It wasn't Comedy Sports. It was Comedy Theater. Was it comedy? No, maybe it was Comedy Sports. That was actually the first one I performed in. Before I even got into the touring company, there was Comedy Sports. Was that it? It's the same
It was
company.
in Uptown when I was there.
It was in a restaurant basement when I did it.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, it was. It was in a basement. It was Theater Sports. That was what it was.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It was Theater Sports.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. Did that was actually the first improv. Other improv theaters at the time. This is the 80s. Not that I really remember.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
you never ventured to Chicago then? Orlando was your
No.
move for Disney? How did that come about?
God, after I got fired from Dudley Riggs, it's a trend, right?
I love that you just say that casually, like we heard the
Yeah.
story. How'd you get fired?
Yeah.
Graffiti in the hallway?
Graffiti in the hallways, goddammit. No, it was stupid. It was ridiculous. I'm one of the very few people to ever be fired from Dudley Riggs. I was brought into the resident company because one of the women left to go have a baby.
Okay.
So I came in. And I came in and I was doing very well with, reviews and such. And it's really all I wanted to do was to be in that resident company to learn and do that. So I'm in a show, and that show was going to be coming to an end. So I had to start looking for work post that show because this woman was coming back.
I see.
Well, without talking to me, they extended the Dudley Riggs show for 3 weeks, but I had a gig that I was going to be starting in 2 weeks. So I was like, I don't know what to tell you. You don't have a job for me. I have to take this work. And I got this weird feeling around the theater So I made a meeting with Dudley Riggs himself on a Friday. And I said, something's weird. Are you going to fire me? And this is 3 weeks out from when the show was actually going to close and 2 weeks out from when my new job started.
Yeah.
But I still had 2 weeks. I was fully committed. And he's like, no, we're not going to fire you. And the next night, after 2 shows and an improv set, somewhere around 1 a.m, the director came in, squatted up on a stool, and said that was my last show.
Jeez.
So what that meant was that the resident company now had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to get somebody in to fill what I was doing in the show because they were butthurt because I got another job because they got rid of me. So it was just ridiculous. But boy, it did not stop them.
So are you good with them now or did it still end?
No, it's fine. But, I'm not going to lie. It was a little irritating.
I would be too,
when they were using my name once I got on Mad TV as like, this is the place. And it's like,
wow.
I just kind of want to go, this is the place I got fired. So
and not even
go do
kindly.
really well. Yeah, go do really well. Get them great reviews and get yourself fired. And then, land in LA and do well.
That's frustrating. So how did Orlando come about?
Oh, so afterwards, I was going to do that job, but this audition came up for Orlando's, they were opening up MGM theme park, and they were looking for actors to be on the boulevard, right? And do improvise. And
what do they
character.
call it? Like essentials or something? Or not? Environment?
Streetmosphere.
Streetmosphere, okay.
Yeah. And I went and I auditioned. You had to have
Minnesota?
In Minneapolis, a bunch of friends did, kind of like, what the heck? And my 1 minute monologue, I literally didn't say a single word. I just, I was a drunk lady trying to tell a joke at a party. That's how I introduced it. And all it was for a minute was, until she's crying her eyes out and just falling over. And I got hired for being a jackass. And I went down to Disney. And then 4 of us at the time were set aside even from that to basically go through 2 months of circus training to become this physical comedy troupe like Keystone Cops and Public Works. And we drove this truck and we did physical bits. So I at first I was offended, like, I come from Dudley Riggs, we do satire. And then you're like, you gonna make me go out and just hit people, like pretend to hit people and myself? And it turned out to be one of the greatest things I ever did.
Why's that?
What I learned, like just the joy and physical comedy. I mean, I was always a physical performer, but this was a whole separate, very Chaplin-esque skill that I really am glad I got.
Yeah.
The silence of comedy.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, so I've heard that, and I used to go to Disney every year for Mascot Nationals when I was the mascot coach in Minnesota, but I always thought it'd be really cool to do that stuff because you're so like in part of it and you're just doing bits and like, but they put you up, right? And it's kind of golden handcuffs. They pay you pretty well. Or no?
They put you up when you first got there, but then you had to go get an apartment.
Okay.
But yeah, we were, it's corporate. We were on a salary. We got health insurance. So that was good. And that part was good.
Yeah. And were you just constantly around those other Disney character people?
Yes, we shared a trailer.
I would assume,
the antics.
And you worked long hours, right? Probably? Or no?
It was like 8-hour days. It was a 40-hour week.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and then from there I went over to Comedy Warehouse on Pleasure Island, which was the first
Pleasure
time.
Island.
Yeah.
I miss it.
The first group that did like straight improv show was myself and several others.
Oh, from your little clique at MGM?
No, not necessarily. No, some others that had been doing this other like kind of sketch or other thing.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Like this is mid-20s. You're probably just living the dream, feeling great.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
making money.
Yes,
it sounds like what we all aspire to do.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
it really was.
So why'd you quit Disney? And I don't want to talk all your autobiography, but why'd you quit Disney and go back to Minneapolis?
Well, I left Disney because it was sort of kind of a mutual scenario. After one of the shows, and this was during Saddam, the Gulf War. And, satire to me, you ride the line, you're middle, you show both sides.
Yeah.
And anyway, that was deeply embedded in me from Dudley Riggs. And whatever improv I had done that night, they came up and, great job, Maureen, because Maureen was my name tag, even though my stage name was Mo. But, if you're going to talk about the Gulf War, be pro-war. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go home and write a letter. And I did. I wrote a letter and left. And then I left Orlando. It was just, I wasn't doing anything. I was extremely depressed. Had a boyfriend that was cheating on me and just all kinds of shit. And it was just time to go home and ground myself.
Yeah.
And I did, and got back into theater in Minneapolis, like theater, which was really cool.
Did you ever do the Guthrie?
I never did the Guthrie, but I will.
They'd take you.
Would they?
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's beautiful. The new one is beautiful.
I would love to do the Guthrie.
You've been to the new one, right?
I have not been.
Oh, it's stunning. Before I left, I did background work in a play.
It looks beautiful from the outside.
8 days a week or 8 shows a week. It was great. That building's phenomenal.
No, I would totally do a Guthrie show.
Did you have reps in Minnesota?
Yeah, Susan Wayman Agency, the Eleanor Moore Agency.
Okay.
I don't know if they're still in existence there, but those were my two agencies.
Do you have any of the commercials you did from back then?
From back then? Oh,
This is fascinating to me because I feel like...
God, I did a ton of them.
I didn't do shit while I was there. I did like a Buffalo Wild Wings print campaign.
I wish somebody pulled out like a Ski-Doo boats.
That's hilarious.
A few years ago, which was a great commercial that I did, and it was really fun to see.
Yeah.
I did a ton of commercials.
That's awesome.
I did pretty well with that.
Okay, that's fascinating to me because, like I said, I had a very different experience. So when you came out here, you had momentum, obviously, momentum.
That momentum that you have in Minneapolis doesn't square here. It means nothing.
So you had no reps when you got out here? Okay.
No, I came out with, I came out on my own, honestly, because a bunch of my friends had already come a year before. I was the only one up there, married with a kid, and then, I saw the first episodes of Mad TV while I'm serving SpaghettiOs to my family, and I'm like, oof, I'm late. So then another group of Minneapolis friends, we came and we did an original show that was put together by us. We did it here, theater, that's used to work, right? You put something up and casting people would come. Mm. And that's what happened.
Where'd you put it up at?
It was on, what was it? The Hudson.
Okay.
The Hudson.
Wait, so that's it? You came out, put up a show with your friends from Minneapolis? And a casting person from Mad TV was there?
Yeah, we did it. We did 2 months there. And I decided in that time to move out to LA. So packed up, sold a house in Minneapolis, moved out, and started, auditioning commercials and things. And the Mad TV, yes, Cara Kozlow, who's a casting director back then, who worked for Carsey Warner, she came to our show, and she loved us. She got us a meeting at Carsey Warner. But she then also introduced me to, other casting people, and the Mad TV audition came up within my first year, and the only way I could have gotten that is because of the background I did have, the sketch and improv. I had no television resume. I couldn't have. I couldn't have gotten like, young mom on a sitcom or something.
Right.
I just didn't have the resume for that.
I mean, that's awesome, though, because that was my question. Like, it seemed like there was a gap there. I didn't know if you took the Groundlings or something to get ingratiated. That's like what I did. I took every UCB, IO, everything. But yeah, you just came out, saw the casting, and you were off and running. That's awesome.
The right audition, the right time, the right place, and being prepared.
Yeah. Okay, we don't have to talk about your autobiography the entire time, but I do want to talk about auditioning now at this point, because we were kind of talking about it at the start. You still, and I'm sorry I asked this question, and I'm sorry I'm projecting on you, because I ask so many people this question. Like Matt Jones, I just asked him. Like I find it fascinating that you still have to audition.
Me too.
Like, we know what you do. Yeah. It's all out there. They can see it. Yeah. So I guess, like, how much of what you get is offer versus audition? And, like, have you ever thought about quitting auditioning?
You could just stop at, have you ever thought about quitting?
Well, that's a whole different.
Yeah.
We're already 20-some minutes in. That'll be another 30 minutes on
There's
quitting.
no quitting who you are. The things I do get, and I really, I seldom work. Like, I don't know. Did I do 2 jobs last year? This year, I have no on camera. We're halfway through the year. The only jobs I get are because somebody says it's got to be Mo Collins.
Yeah.
My auditions, which are very few, I don't book. They're very few. There's a catch-22 going on right now. Maybe I mentioned this the other night when we were speaking, but it really helps to have work, to get work. And I don't have work right now. If you'll notice, it's these same people going from one job to the next, and oftentimes having even more than one going at once, maybe 3 jobs going at once. So I really don't know how to get back on the wheel if I was ever really on the wheel to begin with. I might have been hanging on like a sad gerbil at some point, but I'm not on the wheel, and I don't have work to get back on the wheel.
And by wheel, you just mean like in the minds of other people.
The Hollywood wheel, the machine, if you will, right? So it really does take somebody just saying it's got to be Mo Collins. Like I did Night Court was, I think, the last on-camera thing I did. What was that, last fall? 2024. And I mean, they auditioned like crazy for that role, apparently. He was a good guest star. Couldn't find that role. Couldn't find it, I guess. The thing could have been farted out my backside. It was so Mo Collins. Like, but I didn't even get to read for it. But John Larroquette's wife said Mo Collins.
Yeah.
And then I got offered the role.
So you're open to auditioning.
Of
They're
course.
just not coming your way. Why do you suppose that is?
Well, partly because they are going to their list of people that they want, and those people are working. Now, my chances come in if they're all working and unavailable,
Yeah, but you just implied that Night Court thing was built for you. You said it in third person, which I love and respect. But, like, why did they not ever audition you if they auditioned so many people? Like, how many people are in your category? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
Can hold a comedy Night Court
I really don't.
Guest star.
I don't know. But it was also like this casting, I have a history with them.
Yeah.
I should be in their mind, on their lists. I just should be. I don't know why I'm not. I've done everything I can to put myself on that list. I've kept myself busy. I do podcasts. I've developed shows for myself and pitched them. I've done one-person stage shows. I've gone out and frickin' done stand-up. Like I headlined. I've done everything you are supposed to do to stay relevant. And I don't know. I don't know why. Beyond, I just don't know. I'm just not on the wheel. And they never really. I don't know that this industry ever saw me as a commodity, if you will, and that's big. I don't think they ever equated me to money. God knows they never really paid me my value. And I think when they're looking for people, they're looking for that kind of value, not necessarily. I mean, yeah, I would hope they're looking for talent, but if they were just looking for talent, I'd be there. Because there's one thing I maintain: I'm talented. I've done a shit ton, and I'm good at what I do, and I'm a fucking blast on set. I'm on time. I'm all the things. I know my lines. I'm all the stuff you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
If you got, like, let's say you suddenly got inundated with auditions. And
Yeah.
You got, well, I don't know, one a week, let's say. That seems like a lot right now.
Yeah, right.
Would you turn down anything? Like, if you got co-star auditions, would you turn, like, under five?
Yes,
would you turn that down
I
at
do.
this
I
point?
will turn things down, and I have. Like, there's. So here's.
Because that's a tricky, and I don't want to speak on your behalf,
Yeah.
but, like, when you're at a certain level, to me, you don't want to revert necessarily, but also when you're in the conundrum you're in right now, it's like, why not? Because
I don't want
that
to
exposure.
just work. I want to do what I'm supposed to be doing.
I see.
I'm holding my value now. That's me. And my no's that come occasionally are me holding my value. Because I do believe I have built something for my name. People do know that Mo Collins that did these really cool, great things, Mad TV, Parks and Recreation, Gina, whatever it is that has built that name Mo Collins. I want to hold her value. Mm-hmm. When I start doing things that are co-stars or even some that they call guest stars, but to me, they're seat filler roles, as I call them. Anybody could do them. They're not my brand. They're not special for me. I disappear in those. And I don't want to do those because I would rather disappear with people remembering that Mo Collins that I built than disappear doing just seat filler roles to somehow earn my health insurance.
Yeah.
I worked too hard for that name, and so I'm preserving it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I do choose, and there is stuff that does come through because it's just like, here's a crumb, and it's like, I don't want your crumb.
Yeah.
I want salmon.
It's interesting. Like, do you think of it? Now as you say that, like, how do I phrase this question? So basically, Mad TV almost seems perfect for you in the sense that you're, I assume, writing most of your own characters. So, like, it's your voice.
My characters I developed, but, we had great writers.
Of course.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just so in your voice and so you that maybe you were spoiled to a degree to get that right away where, like, you had it so perfectly in your voice.
I was not spoiled. I worked very hard to get to that, to be ready for a show like Mad TV. Like, I was 32 when I got that. So we're talking about, a solid more than a decade of working in the industry, be it just commercial, whatever. Like, I worked very hard to be ready for a show like Mad TV, and then I worked triple hard being on it. Like, it's a lot of work to be on a show like Mad TV. You don't just show up and kind of read your lines.
Right.
Like, you're creating it too.
Yeah.
So I wasn't spoiled. I've always just been ready because I've done all the work.
Yeah, I clearly misphrased that question. I didn't mean spoiled in that way. I meant like it was such a good job to showcase that Mo Collins, as you're saying it. And then to find that again is so probably hard to find something
It shouldn't be, though, should it? Because I did everything on that show.
Yeah.
And then I left there and I did things that showed that I do more than just sketch.
Right.
I've done that. I've shown that.
Yeah.
I did Fear the Walking Dead. I did a drama. I've shown Hollywood that I'm worth a try.
Yeah.
I'm worth a contract, for God's sake. I'm worth a contract. Like, for real.
Wait, like, can we? I had written down that I want to talk about your Mad TV salary dispute. Do you want to talk about that?
I don't care.
What was the genesis of that? Because unfortunately, that caused you to miss a lot of one season. I read, like, was it basically you just were not making what you thought you were worth? And
on the Mad TV?
Yeah, on Mad TV.
Wait. Say what about the Mad?
Didn't you miss a number of season 9 because of a contract dispute? That's what your Wikipedia says.
That's not, no.
Oh my God.
No, that's not
what
true.
your Wikipedia says.
That I missed a bunch of episodes?
Yeah.
Oh no, I left halfway through season 9. by choice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why I wasn't in the second half.
Got it.
Yeah,
Because
that
of
was
the
me.
contract dispute.
A contract dispute? No,
Oh,
no.
your Wikipedia is wrong.
Yeah, it is wrong. It's wrong.
Why did you leave season 9?
I chose to because I completed my 5-year contract, and I mean they pushed very hard for me to do more, so I gave them another half a season. That was my choice.
Okay.
I left because the show was there was I left while I still loved it. I wanted to do that. I didn't want to have bad feelings about it at all, and I don't. I left because there was I could see that their focus was getting to be more like young hot, right? And
They brought in Frank Coyote.
yes, exactly. No, there was a young thing happening,
Yeah.
and I thought, well, I'll be goddamned if I'm going to stick around and let them make me feel old. I'm not old, and so it would be where they're starting to, because they have to try some of their stuff over things that I'm creating. So creatively, it was just sort of like, okay, I guess they've run their gamut with me. They don't necessarily want, I don't know. It's just sort of, I was just ready to move on, and I really felt I had this solid foundation under me in the industry and would be able to jump out and get right to some other things.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. It did for some people, like Nicole Sullivan had left and she jumped right into a contract, so, and that was the progression of, that's what happened in Hollywood back then. It's very different now, but
What do you mean by a contract? Like a studio
holding
contract?
deals,
Yeah.
holding
Okay,
deals.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the good old holding deals.
Yeah.
People got, Nicole got several, it's like you'd leave and then, boop, and have that next thing, and then you'd get put into a show, so I wanted to make myself available for that. Never happened.
Yeah.
Did a ton of pilots. Oh my God, my pilot resume is killer. That did not get picked. It is killer. Like there were seasons I would do 2 pilots a year.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I was pilot girl. Make that shit funny, Mo. And never happened.
That's wild.
I know. I've always sort of just like been right there.
But like to that point, like, how happy are you that you had the opportunity to even get that close on so many opportunities? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I love what I do. I've enjoyed what I've done. I've had great experiences and met incredible people. I love what I do. I really love what I do.
Yeah.
I love being on set. I love delving into character and story. I love crew. Like I like getting in my car and driving to work and pulling into a parking spot that has my name on it. I still take pictures. Do you know, like it's...
No, I don't know. I would know nothing about that, but it sounds great.
I love it. I really do. I love it.
Yeah, I love driving on studio lots. That's like my favorite thing. Are you optimistic in general about the business despite everything we've just said?
Am I optimistic?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
not anymore.
So what would you tell somebody like me, or even somebody like from Minnesota that wants to move out here and pursue this? What would you tell them right now?
Pursue it.
Despite the lack of optimism?
Well, that's my lack of optimism. It's true. Like, it's my bitter tongue. No, I still love what I do. Decades into it. I'm not going to tell somebody not to pursue it if it's their dream and their passion. Be prepared for all kinds of no's and recklessness, but it's also, there's a new playground for them to figure out, one which I'm also trying to figure out. It's very, very different than when I came out. Like I said, I did a show in a theater, casting came. That doesn't happen. We're in our, we're up against our walls in our apartments and homes and doing take after take to get something you hope. It's a very different world. And then are they even seeing that self-tape? Who knows? Who knows? Ether. But, figure it out. Find your way. What's your way? Find out what their way is as much as you can. Figure out your way and plow through. Persevere. Don't give up. No means yes today.
It feels
I don't know. It's like
feels like you're trying to hype yourself up a little bit.
I am always, every day, every day, every day. I just, my husband and I, we just live like actor assassins, like trying to be ready, always ready.
Yeah.
Because you have to be ready to jump.
Yeah.
Get your skill set together. Like, do things.
You mean just everyday life things?
Well, no, like
improv and sketch and
take
writing.
Classes, write a show, do a podcast, be on people's podcast, whatever. Do it all. Because one thing ain't enough. Headshot, that kind of thing. Agent, that ain't enough. That ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it.
I don't see. This is funny that I like that you're like if you might not be optimistic, but if somebody else wants to do this, who are you to tell them not to?
Oh, absolutely.
I appreciate that, but I do think that the zeitgeist right now, like I've always been an optimistic person.
Me too. I'm total glass half full.
And I couldn't be more. I quit my job after 10 years this spring.
Yeah.
I still couldn't be like happier and more excited about this stuff, but I even find myself, which I've never done truly before, and I've been around some pessimistic people, but like I've never been like, should I be acting? Until, I don't know, the last few months, which is so interesting.
Oh.
I mean, I still...
but that's...
My survivor lamp is still burning,
that's
but like...
the normal... You have to... It's got to be that. Like, it just is that. Life ebbs and flows, right? Like, the wave has to go out in order for it to come back in. Do you know what I'm saying? So as far as, like, faith in self or optimism, whatever you want to call it, like... Because let's keep in mind that when we are in those moments of doubt and all of that, we do things to count. We ultimately are like, fuck that, whatever. We find something like, God damn it, no. Like, I am good at this. I am, like, sometimes you have to step back and have those doubts maybe to go, no, I am good. Or you come across something you've done and you're like, that's good. I deserve work, right? Like, you have to be your greatest advocate and cheerleader in this. And while you say I'm not optimistic anymore, and part of that is true, I am also... You
said that.
I know I did say that, but I really want to blame you for that.
Okay, I said it.
No, but you really grabbed onto it, latched on.
That's
I
it.
am still here and doing this because, I suppose, of optimism. But to me, optimism is more in the form of, this is what I do, this is who I am. Like, this is me. You don't quit yourself. It's me. And I'm always hopeful about myself. Like, I don't trust anybody more than myself. And I'm to be trusted.
Yeah.
I wasn't always. I've had times in my life where I failed at that. But now I've learned so much. And yeah, I'm my greatest cheerleader. And while doing that, I'm also not going to accept certain things for myself because I deserve better.
Yeah. I love that. You're a Catholic, or were a Catholic.
Yeah.
That just reminded me of the Screw Tape Letters. Did you ever read the Screw Tape Letters?
Screw Tape Letters?
It's like that Christian writer is one of his big books, but it's about the devil, one of the devil's apprentice trying to steal a soul. And he keeps telling the devil what's happening. He's like, I got him. He's running away from the church. And the devil's like, no, that's not good. He needs to get away from the church to realize it's the correct answer.
Oh.
But that's kind of what the vibe you were giving me when you were talking about them.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Yeah, get away and come back. I love that.
Yeah.
I think it's... I just shot my short film. Part of quitting my job was I have to shoot the short film that is in my voice, is about me.
Love it.
And can be me rather than these fucking callbacks for, Wells Fargo or whatever that are not my voice and don't showcase me. And that felt so good to do, but it's so time consuming, but it also felt so good. And I'm so excited to get it done and share it. To your point about like believing in yourself.
Yeah.
I think you got to just have something in your voice and like find that stuff.
You do. Yep. You find your voice, and sometimes, like I've got a history of, I do characters, but in a way, my voice is everybody's voice, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. I call myself a mockingbird. Not in the making fun sense, mocking, but
Like the
a
Hunger
mockingbird. I play back what I see
Games. Yeah,
in
Hunger
my
Games.
Hunger Games.
Did you ever watch Hunger Games?
No.
They got a Mockingjay that literally just does that, and it's like a big part of the story.
Oh, seriously? Yeah. I don't. Okay.
You should watch it. It's great.
I should watch it.
The first one.
Been so busy with self tapes.
But anyways,
But no, and then of course, like through stand up and stuff, I learned to find my voice differently, and now I'm 60 and I know my voice
Wait.
a lot better.
that's interesting. Why don't you? Sorry. Have you ever considered doing like a 60-minute comedy special of your characters and
I'm
stuff?
so glad you brought that
Oh,
up
do
because
tell.
that's what I am.
Like you could easily
doing
do
right
that.
now.
Tell me more.
Okay, so a couple years ago, a couple times I did something called Mo Collins is Wigging Out. I've taken all the best things about who I am as a performer, my stand-up, my character work, my improvisation. And I did this down in Austin. It worked really well, and I fell in love with it so much. Like, this is who I am. It's me. I go out. I have fun with the audience. I bring a shit ton of wigs. One at a time, I'll have a person come up, pick a wig for me. I have a big mirror up there because people want to know, like, they love my characters. And I want to give them a little insight as to how they're created,
Yeah.
and let them see the process a little bit. So they pick a wig, I have fun with them, razzing, go to the mirror, put it on. I get suggestions from the audience, and I start a monologue. And then I do I do that several times. But now these characters can also restart. I could throw off a wig, throw the other one back on, make them talk to it. Like, there's so many ways this can go.
Yeah.
So that's actually why I went to see Frank Coyote's show, because I wanted to remind myself of that theater space, the
Yeah.
UCB, because I used to do Mo versus Mo there, which was a show I wrote for myself. And I mean, I've done a ton of shows there, Ass Cat, no matter, all kinds of things. And I like the space, but I heard that they tape it too, because I want to put together a sizzle reel of Mo Collins' Wigging Out.
That's awesome.
And book myself at theaters across the country where people want to see me. I have a great fan base. Like, if only the industry understood that. I have a beautiful fan base.
Yeah.
Like, they're incredible.
It seems like that's what stand-up comedians are doing now. They're realizing that this
Yeah.
whole thing over here doesn't matter. It's touring and getting in front of the people that matter.
Yeah, so it would be a theater, in theaters, but it can't be huge theater, intimate enough so that, because I like an intimate show too. Like, it's
Yeah.
I play a lot with the audience. We have a great time. But then the end of the result of doing that too is I could be taping these as I'm out there and pick some best of
For sure.
moments and cobble together Mo Collins' Wigging Out, Netflix special, Hulu special, whatever it is. Everybody's doing specials. Well, I'm special.
Yeah, you should. When are you doing it at UCB?
I don't know yet. I have to figure out. I'm looking at other theaters right now too, because I want to figure out like what's the best space to
Yeah.
just do that. Get it. I have some people lined up to help me edit a reel together and
Yeah.
and
To
start
that-
booking it.
You should. That's great. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I can't wait to come. To that point, we were talking about Mad TV. I don't even think it's on a streamer. Like, why is it not on a streamer?
It is.
Okay. What is
Okay,
that?
so
It's not on like a mainstream one though, is it?
No, I mean years ago it was Comedy Central. 4
And
times a
Paramount's
day.
a shit show. So
Yeah. Whoa. No thanks. So several months ago, several months, what was the end of last year, somebody pointed out, I was like, they sent me a clip, like they were watching it, something that I knew wasn't on YouTube,
yeah.
because that's what it's been for years. It's just what people are like, I watch you on YouTube, And I'm like, where did you see this? They're like, it's streaming right now. And then they sent me another screenshot, and I'm like, what? So I go and I look. I can't remember the name of. There's 3 of them. They're owned by Ryan Reynolds, or he's a part of them at the very least. You pay for subscriptions, but sure enough, I went to the websites, and like every single day, and they have 14 seasons, all seasons of Mad TV. And keep in mind, we did 26 episodes a season.
But are you getting paid for it?
No, not a penny.
Well, then why aren't you suing his ass?
Because that takes money.
Yeah, it takes money to make money.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time back and forth with the union trying.
Who technically owns Mad TV?
Let's see, at this point.
Because it seems like it'd behoove all you guys. Even some,
Sure.
you got some big hitters out of that cast now, like Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele.
They're busy.
Well, I know, but they could still stand to benefit to have that on a streamer.
Of course. But
And that's a lot of content.
it's
for
a
streamer.
lot of content. And,
As
then you start, even like I brought up to the union, I'm like, some of those characters I own.
Yeah.
Lorraine, I got a contract that tells you I own her. Nobody.
Oh, really?
Nobody contacted me. You know what I mean? It's gross. It's really, really gross. Consider the writers too. Like these are writers too.
Yeah.
These are all kinds of people that could be benefiting right now because God knows people are struggling in this industry. Our residuals as it is just shit. Just pathetic.
Yeah.
But to get nothing is straight up thievery.
I agree. That's
if you ask
wild.
me. And it hurts my feelings, honestly. It hurts my feelings to know that all of those years and hard work are just out there for somebody like Ryan Reynolds to make a buck.
Okay, what if this is probably illegal, but fuck it. What if you just like take them and put them on your own YouTube channel and start monetizing it yourself?
I don't know how to do any of that. No.
You can pay somebody very little dollars to rip them and then upload
Did I
them.
say I'm not making any money these days. Where's this money going to come from? Like, I know the
I'll do it for
old
you.
adage. It takes
Do you have them
money.
on DVD?
Do I what? No, they didn't do that.
What?
No, they
them on
did.
DVD?
They did 3 weird collections for DVD, and that's it.
Why was that? I love it, but why was that show so like disorganized almost?
You know, our producer David Salzman did not take into account you got to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
But because even like when we were on the show, we weren't even allowed to go do other things, which really is only good for Mad TV, right? Exposure. We didn't do, why is there not a Stewart movie? Why is there not a Lorraine movie? These things didn't happen, and they should have, could have.
Yeah.
And we'd perhaps be an institution at this point. It's beyond just being iconic, as people like to say, which is it's very nice. Thank you. But, it was the producers. They didn't.
But,
and I think there might have been something between the producers and Warner Brothers regarding ownership and all of that. I think that maybe there was some conflict there.
I don't want to hit this back at you. I apologize, and maybe you did this. You did a Lorraine like spin-off or something with your husband?
Well, during COVID, when the pandemic began, I just kind of thought, well, what can I do to make people feel better?
Yeah.
Right? And laughter is my thing. So I pulled Lorraine out of the closet and, we were stuck at home. So my husband and I did it. But I own Lorraine.
Right. If you own it, why wouldn't you make the movie?
Do you know?
I'm aware.
Yeah, it would just be like, it would... it's like, back in the day there was, Alex Borstein wanted, she did make like T-shirts with Miss Swan, right? I don't know for sure, but it's her character. I don't know if she owned it in a contract or not, but they put a cease and desist on that, and
geez.
so it's like, to make that happen, it's like I'd have to get them involved. And I don't really want it.
Speaking of, did you base Lorraine on my mom, or was it...
She's an amalgamation of, as you know very well, Minnesota women. And there used to be a show up in Minneapolis on Lake Street. What was the name of there was a show called Balls. It was a late night show. Leslie Ball ran it. The Jungle Theater, is that still up there?
That sounds familiar. I haven't been there in a while.
Used to be on Lake Street. I don't know if it still exists or not. Across from Bryant Lake Bowl. And there was a late night show, and my friend Melissa Denton and I would do these. We called them the Banks Ladies because they were just Minnesota women that would go shopping at Banks, which was a thrift store. And that's where Lorraine started. the whole, and then, yeah, I took her to Mad TV. I kind of altered her a little bit and brought her to Mad TV. But she's straight out of Minnesota.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Did any of the people you mentioned you were doing junior high, you had a group.
Yeah.
Did any of those people ever go on to do stuff as well? Like, did they ever move out here, or are they just, working in Minnesota?
That was junior high.
No, I know. I'm just curious if like any of them had any success because.
Well, some people I know from like another person from Mr. Hermiting, who's the one that, named me Mo, put me up on stage for the first time.
Your teacher. RIP.
Yeah. He brought Steve Zahn into the improv world and thus, became Steve Zahn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
I know.
I love when Minnesota people do stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
When I first moved out here, I was shocked how many Minnesota people I met.
Yeah, I thought you mentioned somebody else the other day and I was shocked. I can't think of who that was, but yeah, there's good people, man. I mean, Minnesota's full.
We also run away from the cold because
it's cold.
We're brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal. Brutal. They live longer, but it's brutal.
You mentioned residuals suck. How much, what is a good, what's your best residual you're getting?
My best residual?
Like, what show is paying more than you would have thought, or is still do you have one that's like...
No, I don't.
Really?
No.
Not even like Parks and Rec? You're not getting much from that?
No, it was never syndicated, so it's sort of like nothing.
That's wild. How is it not syndicated?
I guess they went straight to Peacock streaming, right?
Huh.
Wasn't syndicated, so that's where actors used to kind of get good. I mean, I wasn't paid very well on Parks and Rec either, so they're not much of anything at all.
Part of my naivety, does residuals that's not based on how much you got paid right away, is it?
Yes.
Really?
They are kind of based on that, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In a lot of cases, yeah.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. How many agents have you had out here? Like, how often have you switched agencies?
Maybe not that, but maybe like 5 or 6 times.
Okay.
Something like that.
What's generally the impetus for that? Is it you leaving them, or are they leaving you? Or just growing apart?
It's usually me moving on.
Okay.
Yeah. Because nothing's happening.
How often are you talking to your current agents or your team? Like, are you having meetings about like this Wiggin Out show and like?
I did talk to. I have a manager, and I told him about it. Let me add on to as far as when you want to get into this business, you will be doing everything.
I know, that's so wild.
You have to do everything.
Like, even
unless you're A-list, then
but
pick up the phone. But
I find it so discouraging when I talk to, no offense, people like you that are still doing the work, and it's like,
I don't have an agent.
You don't have an agent?
No, I don't have an agent.
Really?
No, I was hip pocketed back when Fear the Walking Dead was about to offer me a contract after I had done a few episodes, and I didn't have an agent. Really, well, I did, but I was getting rid of them. And so I do have a voice agent. So I said to my voice agent, would you field this call for me? There's a contract coming in. And he said, I would, but I'm going to hand you to our theatrical department to do this for you. So I was hip-pocketed, which means not really there. And so they didn't do anything for me. They didn't negotiate. They just took the contract and took the money. So I ended up, when I was done with Fear the Walking Dead, I got rid of them.
How do you not have a TV agent?
I don't know.
What the hell?
Yeah. Nothing makes sense. Nothing.
I'm swimming away right now.
So
was that your metaphor? What was your metaphor? You had to get away. I'm getting away right now.
Yeah, like a wave. The wave has to go out to come back in so the kids can play on the beach. I don't even try anymore with that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's even what my management company sends, it's like the things that I am booking, it's because they've called and said, is Mo Collins available to do this? That's how I work. It's going to be, you know, like the times I've come close lately is because of Joan Calamezzo on Parks and Recreation's the producers of Parks and Rec. They're in my corner and they know what I can do. So they have brought me in, and I'm grateful for that, because it's going to be something like that somebody in power, somebody with leverage says it's got to be Mo Collins.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to win that game.
Well, that is a beautiful segue to my last question, which is I always ask, who took a chance on you? Because you need those people to take a chance on you.
Fear the Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead took a chance on me. They hired me because of Gina on 40-Year-Old Virgin. They did. That's how I got the gig.
It's great.
They did. Again, casting hadn't called me in to read for the role. And I almost didn't go. I got this call, like, same-day audition. I'm like, I'm not going to get in. I was really busy about to put up a play here in Los Angeles. We were in Tech Week. I'm like, they're not going to, but I should go. It's a drama. I should show casting that I do drama. So I went, not realizing it was the producers called me in. They said, get Mo Collins. And then that night they called and booked me. Next day I went, and they're like, you know that character, Gina? And I'm like, yeah. And they go, her. And I go, all right, let's go stir up some beef. And that was how I got Fear the Walking Dead, was because somebody took a chance just off of, an improvised character, Gina.
That was like 20 seconds in the movie, maybe 30?
Yeah, entirely improvised. I thought I was going to be fired in that moment.
Wait, why?
Well, I didn't know what the parameters were, because there was no script that, it was just sort of like...
Yeah, but that feels like your wheelhouse.
But improv is what I do, but I'm saying I didn't know where the edge, the line was for what they were trying to do on that 40-Year-Old Virgin. Okay. And, he says, what's up, Gina? I'm like, Gina, what's up? And I just like, oh shit, did I go too far by saying Gina? Do you know what I mean? And then I'm like, well, you're in it. Keep going. So I just, you're tucking your sack back. I just sort of went like, I'm going to keep going with what I'm doing here. There are no boundaries as far as my brain is concerned. If they let me go after this, that's fine. And the camera finally went cut, and everybody burst out laughing. And then everybody wanted to improvise with Gina, which is why in the back end of the DVD, you've got those extras. Yeah. But I did not know what the parameters of the comedy were, like blue or, like how blue is it going to go? Like I had no idea. So I was concerned as I was improvising that was my last take.
That's wild. Yeah. I mean, it's so perfect. In retrospect, I'm shocked, to be honest with you. Bravo for coming up with that line. You came up with, it's Gina?
Just in the moment.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Gina, what's up? And I'm like, oof, okay. I didn't even know, like, I'm being a lesbian. Is that okay? Because it was just, I was brought in to improvise for the speed dating scene. Right. That's what I had read for, or improvised audition for, what's her name? Jane got it. Krasinski. Yeah, she got the role I actually auditioned for, but they obviously saw that I'm a talented improviser, so they brought me in.
That's hilarious! Wow, yeah. How many takes did you end up doing?
Oh, I don't know, not much. It was pretty quick. It was really quick. But then, like I say, they actually had me just jump to play with other people because they were just having fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that was my $300 day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, what a cool story. Wow. Well, this was great, Mo.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming down.
Thanks for having me.
Do you feel good? You told me the other day you used to hang out and party in this hood.
Yeah.
Does it feel weird to be back in Los Feliz?
I'm going to go over there right after this. Just get right back into that bathroom, do some rails. No. No, actually, it's fun to drive over here and just remember, like, who I was and all I've become.
Did the Mad TV people party hard? Were they cutting rugs after shows?
Not a big, I mean, we were drinkers.
They seem like punk rock people.
We would go out and have drinks.
Yeah.
We would go out and have drinks, yeah. But, we partied. We definitely partied.
Was
Yeah.
it what? Now I'm comparing it to SNL. SNL has their parties after the show.
those I've been to.
Was
those.
the Mad TV party?
No, they were nothing like that. Nothing like that. No, but
But I feel like there's more punk rock. Probably you guys were doing something similar, but more on like a.
I mean, I went on to do some things, but no. But in general, no. The Mad TV was not that.
Okay.
No.
That's a bummer. It feels like it was.
No, pretty tame. Like we'd go get tables at a place and just have a really nice time.
Oh.
No, right?
Dude,
like
so many bits.
The madcapness was honestly like the madcapness was there, in the dressing rooms or off stage or whatever, like in writers' rooms. Like that's where the crazy, the more kind of crazy fun was.
Wait, where did you guys film?
Hollywood Center Studios.
Oh, okay, yeah, just
One of them, yeah.
Sunset, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Mo, this was a pleasure.
So fun. Thanks for
I'm
having
glad
me.
we did it. I'm glad we bonded.
Anything
over
for a Minnesota boy.
That's right. Don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger.
You got to tail slate here.
What does that mean?
Just
Throw
say-
my ass up? What does that mean? I'm learning
You've never done a
things.
tail slate?
What's a tail
It's just you
slate?
say your name again, just so that they remember who you are.
See, I'm learning today. So they remember who I am. Fuck, if you don't remember who I am.
Wait, do you not pause real quick? Do you never audition commercially anymore?
No.
Why not?
I would do them if they called and said we've got a campaign. I would do them.
Oh, you only want to do a campaign?
Yeah, I'm not gonna audition for commercials anymore. Again,
got it.
I'm preserving
So
that moment.
often in a commercial, especially with a group, if you do a group
No,
audition,
fuck, I'm not
they'll
gonna
be
do
like,
that.
okay, tail slate, and then you just go, Mike Elder, Mo Collins, blah,
No,
blah, blah, blah,
no, I'm not doing that anymore. Never.
blah. Okay, well, you have to do it here.
Mo Collins. That's my product.
MTV